You want to hear some new metal albums? I got you. Welcome, metalheads. I'm the host of Heavy Metal Philosophy and writer for Metal Digest, John Barbas. It's the weekend, and that means we've got new metal albums to listen to. I'm bringing you my 5 favorite, plus, as always, the best album cover of the week. Now, before we do the top 5, as is customary around here, we always shout out the big albums first. We don't rank them because it's unfair. So this week we got a new Steve Vai album. If you love shred, check out Steve Vai, Gash. That's the one for you. Now let's do top 5. Coming in at number 5, we've got Jagu with Rights for the Damned. I'm putting the text on the screen, and as always, the links to the band's Bandcamp will be in the description. This is some stoner doom, but it's very, very heavy, very bombastic. It really reminds me a lot of older Mastodon, so check that one out. Coming in at number 4, we've got Cronenberg with Grandiose Throne of Grotesque Flesh. I love that album title. That's as metal as it gets. This is death metal, and I really like this one because the vocalist reminds me of the first Death Clock album. That Nathan Explosion, like whisper growl sort of delivery really took me back. Plus the music's great. Check that one out. And also, once again, that title rules. Coming in at number 3, we got Psychostasy with The Empty Circle. Now this is listed as progressive deathcore, but to me it leans more on the death side than it does on the core side. I guess you have to call it deathcore because it does have some djent in it, especially on the lead guitar, but it's very brutal and some of the riffs are more death metal to me. Again, it does have djent, so I guess you do have to put that core in there, but it's not like a lot of what you think about with modern deathcore, where it's kind of like tech death and all the animal noises and stuff. There's just good false chord vocals on this. That's why I like this one this week. Check it out. Coming in at number 2, we got Zillow with Ex Nihilo. I reviewed this one for Metal Digest. The written article is already published because I got this one early and I loved it. And once again, all of my articles are always linked in the description, so you can check that out if you want to. If you like very heavy thrash metal, then this is the one for you. I was blown away by this record. Let me tell you how much I love this record. I despise those high-pitched trad heavy metal deliveries. I do not like that. Think like Exodus Creator. And I know it's blasphemous to not like Creator. I give respect to the OGs, but I prefer my metal to have deep vocals. I don't want those high-pitched, nasally vocals. This has that. And despite my prejudice, it was so awesome and so heavy, it overcame that prejudice, and I was just giving way to the onslaught. I was like, damn, this rules. And I wrote a glowing review for it. You can check that out. But most importantly, check out this album because it rules. Now, before we do number 1, let me just say, if you love metal the way that I love metal, you should be a member of this channel. Hit that subscribe button. And if you like any of these bands, hit the like button because it helps spread the message to other people like you and they'll discover these bands as well. It is much appreciated. Now let's do number 1. Coming in at number 1, we've got Dreadwitch with Tower of the Severed Serpent. This is like a sludgy doom metal, very modern. I love the intense screaming vocals and the progressive lead guitar, but I also really like how in the rhythm sections there will be clean guitar and then also distorted guitar behind it, which creates all these great spooky vibes in between the heavy parts. Just love this sort of stuff. So dynamic. That's why it's number 1. Get that one. Now listen to me, we're not done yet. We still gotta do the album art of the week. For the album art of the week, I've got Devil's Whiskey with Historias de Muerte. That means death stories. Hell yeah, excellent title, and I love this album art. Check this out. What is in that spoon that they're pouring into that poor kid's eyeball? And then it looks like the hand has a rosary on it. So is this some sort of religious torture going on? Is this the Inquisition? Is this a schoolboy just being harassed by the clergy and the staff at the school? I don't know. but this art moves me, and that's why I picked it for this week's album art of the week. You should check out this stoner doom. It kind of reminds me of Danzig a little bit with the vocal delivery. Support bands like this, y'all. And then also, you can click right here and catch another great video from Heavy Metal Philosophy. But even more importantly than that, read philosophy, listen to metal. I love you.